This is going to be in regards to the pound dollar. The pound dollar coming up ahead. Once again, the purple lines, anything that has to do with purple are pretty much representing monthly levels. Anything that has to do with red levels just has to do with weekly levels. And then from there on, we'll break it down. So for the monthly, as far as looking at the monthly chart, these are my monthly resistance levels where the monthly support levels. It looks like it actually reacted really well from the support level. So that's the monthly level. So let's go ahead and break it down to the weekly level. Um, these are my weekly zones, weekly levels of interest. Where if it does come into these levels, it's pretty much my hands off. Where I take a look and wait for how is it that it's going to react. And so let's go ahead and take it down to the daily chart. And from the daily chart, we're pretty much in an area like in the middle. Okay, now this is going to be quite interesting for the pound. Don't really have there's a game plan that I have in mind, but it all depends how the dollar is going to react. Now, if you take a look at this it looks like we're pretty much forming like somewhat of a head and shoulders formation, and this is going to be your next level area of resistance, right around the 125 level. If you're day trading this, um, just know that your big 125 is going to be the level of interest where they're going to maybe look to turn it back down. But so your levels that we're pretty much stuck in right now would be, let me go ahead and make this as just any color so that way we could go ahead. So the levels that we're going to be focusing on is we're pretty much stuck between this range right here. And so if we get a 4 hour candle that breaks anything about the big 125, so let's go ahead and take this a little bit smaller level. And as you can see, there was a 4 hour level right there that it reacted really well, and it came back down. But preferably, um, I would even if we decide, even if it breaks this big 124 right here. I mean, there's so much junk in here that it doesn't really give you that big confidence to say, hey, you know what, we're going long on this pound. Especially the fact that that 125 again can act as a resistance level for this formation coming up. So would probably feel comfortable going long on this pound until I break this 125, maybe your 125.30 level, and then continue going up. But once again, that's on confirmation. The best bet on this one would actually be to see if you actually get the bend right around the 125, and then take it back down. Once again, that dollar index, if you've seen the other video, the dollar index, in order for that one to work, we must not break below your 120, I'm sorry, your 120, I'm sorry, your 12,450 area. Once again, um, the levels that we're going to be focusing on this week is your 12,500. Your 12,500 is going to be the first level that they're going to come in and retest. And if we actually break down, the next level of interest is going to be your 12,450. If we break that 12,450, and it's pretty much a game over for the dollar, and then we should actually be easily be able to rip these levels and continue going up. If not, if the dollar actually respects those 500 and the 450 level, most likely we're going to be forming that other shoulder here, which could actually potentially bring it back down. And then your first, maybe you should be looking at your first target right around this 12, your 1200 level or your 1225 level. And then pretty much from there on, there's a daily demand all the way here. There's really nothing. Another area that you should, the ones we actually come in towards these levels, is pretty much a nice clean ride. Once we come in and towards this area, it's a nice clean ride, which should actually take us easily towards this big 120 level or even your 120, 50, 20, 25 level. These are the levels. So that's sort of the game plan that I'm looking at, and these are the things that I pretty much go through my weekly analysis, and just create a game plan for the week. And if it starts evolving like this, then I'll take action on these pairs. That's it for the pound dollar, guys.